Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Today, you will gain knowledge regarding the potential expansion of XRP and the rifts between the US presidential contender and Gary Gensler. A maximum of $50,000. You read that correctly, but there is a catch. Come on, we can begin. US presidential candidate criticizes crypto regulatory system in remarks directed at SEC chair and during presidential debate. US presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy brought attention to the present issues confronting cryptocurrency startups in the US during Wednesday's fourth GOP presidential debate at the University of Alabama. He voiced his dissatisfaction with the present crypto regulatory regime and criticized SEC Chair Gary Gensler for his agency's overreach. After being elected, Ramaswamy addressed inquiries on his policies regarding the Bitcoin industry. The presidential candidate had promised, among other things, to regulate cryptocurrency in a way that would protect Americans' economic freedom. On the other hand, many of the inquiries he fielded concerned the possibility that such regulations may open the door to cryptocurrency-based fraud and money laundering. Binance appears to be deceived. Eliana Johnson, who hosted his recent multi-billion settlement, asked Vivek Ramaswamy questions that painted Bitcoin in a negative way. When asked for his thoughts on the failure of the present regulatory regime, Vivek Ramaswamy provided them. He informed the crowd that con artists, crooks, and terrorists had been taking advantage of the public for quite some time. We need to update our regulations so they reflect the present. Whatever their present regulatory system is, it is clearly ineffective because Sam Bankman-Fried was able to accomplish what he did at FTX. Using SEC Chairman Gary Gensler as an example, Ramaswamy criticized the present regulatory structure for failing to address problems. He went on to detail a recent humiliating incident in which Gensler neglected to inform Congress as to whether Ethereum qualified as a regulated security. The failure of the administrative state, according to Vivek Ramaswamy, who promised to eliminate unnecessary government departments, is exemplified by such instances. The current administration has failed, according to Vivek Ramaswamy, who continued his speech, since the people chosen to administer the country are not actually doing it. The SEC and other agencies have instead been given wide latitude to formulate policies, even some that Congress has explicitly forbidden. In my administration, Vivek Ramaswamy brought up the issue of cryptocurrency and promised to fix the disparity if elected president. He also toned down the idea of subordinating the U.S. Federal Reserve. The number of federal officials will be reduced by 75% by the end of the first year. We will reverse measures passed by Congress and dismantle unnecessary government agencies. In light of the continuing discussion over how to regulate cryptocurrencies in the U.S., I think Vivek Ramaswamy's remarks at the GOP presidential debate were very noteworthy. Many in the cryptocurrency world share Ramaswamy's disapproval of SEC Chair Gary Gensler and the present regulatory structure. Many in the cryptocurrency business want a regulatory climate that is transparent, equitable, and doesn't limit innovation because of the long-standing disagreements about the SEC's perceived overreach and vagueness. A lack of regulatory clarity is a bigger problem that the cryptocurrency industry has been facing, as he pointed out with SEC Gensler's hesitation to categorize Ethereum. Many Bitcoin advocates, including Ramaswamy, believe that digital assets can help bring down the barriers to entry for traditional financial institutions and provide access to affordable, decentralized financing. A double-edged blade, meanwhile, is his position on slashing federal bureaucracy, which includes organizations like the SEC. Although it has the potential to lessen what some perceive as excessive regulation, the enforcement of monitoring and fundamental investor protections, which are vital for preventing fraud and maintaining market integrity, is also called into question. I find very interesting his remarks regarding the importance of putting the Federal Reserve in its proper place when discussing cryptocurrency. In this era of digital currencies, it implies a readiness to reconsider the function of conventional banks. As a result, new regulations that facilitate crypto's integration into the financial system as a whole may emerge. Nevertheless, there may be monitoring and enforcement loopholes if federal workers are drastically reduced and government agencies are shuttered, as is favored among some voter bases. Regulating cryptocurrency effectively calls for a middle ground. Without limiting innovation and progress, it should safeguard investors and the market's integrity. In conclusion, Ramaswamy's comments bring up valid points about crypto regulation, but we need to be careful that the solutions he suggests don't backfire and defeat the purpose. Any future regulatory framework must strike a balance between fostering innovation, protecting investors, and maintaining market integrity. We can now go on to forecasts. Leading expert comments on XRP, which has reached 50,000 upon reaching 500,000. Renowned crypto expert Zach Rector recently started a debate in a livestream about the relative merits of XRP's possible 50,000 value and Bitcoin's 500,000 potential value. Rector started by mentioning that Bitcoins have recently risen into the $40,000 range. Referring back to the start of the surge on October 16, he emphasized Bitcoin's remarkable chart increase. Mark and XRP are hovering around zero as Bitcoin breaks beyond 44,000 in the midst of a false ETF rumor. 64 In order to reach these lofty goals, Rector detailed the possibilities and threats that XRP and Bitcoin face. Regarding the possibility that one Bitcoin unit might be worth $500,000, the actuality was met with Zach Rector's disbelief. He specifically brought up the possibility that Bitcoin's market valuation could eventually exceed that of gold. The premise upon which this viewpoint is based is that a Bitcoin price of $500,000 would result in a market cap close to gold, that is, reaching $10 trillion. Unlike gold, which has a market valuation of several trillion dollars, the analyst argues that Bitcoin has no practical use. In the meanwhile, he voiced his concerns that Bitcoin would not be able to acquire more utility unless its network underwent substantial modifications simultaneously. For example, Rector said that Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Dogecoin were all forks of Bitcoin that weakened its fundamental worth. All of these efforts, he said, cast doubt on the original Bitcoin's legitimacy. However, he did drop hints that things might be looking up for XRP. In particular, Rector admitted that Bitcoin may reach 500,000, however, compared to XRP's ability to reach 50,000, its likelihood was questioned. In support of his assertion, Rector put forward a convincing argument for the upward trend of XRP. He started by saying that a lot of people don't realize how rare XRP is. He brought up the possibility that there would be insufficient XRP for liquidity due to the utility-driven burning process and the various features added to the XRP ledger XRPL. The introduction of an EVM sidechain, NFTs, and automated market makers are just a few of the noteworthy advancements within the XRP ecosystem that Rector highlighted. In addition, he referenced the XS55, which aims to enable various payment capabilities. In addition, the analyst made a case for XRP's liquidity function inside the payment ecosystem. He made the comparison to more conventional assets like gold in this setting, claiming that the former does not have the necessary properties to function as a medium of exchange. According to Rector, XRP's value is further enhanced by its role in improving liquidity using DLT technology. Despite the fact that getting XRP to 50,000 will take a long time, he thinks XRP is going to be a major participant in the digital asset market because of its problem-solving capabilities and improvements to the liquidity function. It's worth noting that going from 0.65 to 50K requires a staggering increase of about 8,000% for XRP. In contrast, a 1,136% increase in Bitcoin's ascent from 44,000 to 500,000 would be negligible. Will this ever come to fruition? I should probably remind you that it's only an opinion. In times like these, it's easy to lose your composure, but I urge you not to. On the one hand, I don't dispute the likelihood that everything is conceivable in this universe. If you want reliable information, though, you should depend on your own knowledge or that of someone you trust. In crypto or anywhere else, you won't find a magic formula that will make you a millionaire overnight. I noticed that there were many comments complaining about clickbait, but you really should have opened the video, watched it, and taken something beneficial away from it. Take my video reviews of Bitcoin and XRP as an example. You can see for yourself in the previous movies that I provide them with trade techniques that really work. Additionally, you can use the news I gather for your personal knowledge and to invest in XRP and other assets. Truthfully, I felt compelled to tell you that. Now let's jump straight to the market review. I appreciate you watching my films. With a dominance of less than 54%, Bitcoin is still settling in approximately 44,000. Since Bitcoin handed it over to altcoins, pumps have proliferated. Cardano, Solana, etc. It's clear that XRP is also moving. We still have a ways to go, but its net increase of about 5% isn't bad either. At 0.6513 and 0.6639, we were able to break valuable resistance levels. For those that joined me from 0.6204, the path to 0.7166 is now open as we embark on this massive short liquidity. Congratulations! Those who did not should not be offended about it. Even after the correction, you can search for entry points from lower levels. There are 0.6639 and 0.6513 available. It is too late to achieve it from the current levels, in my opinion. That's all for now. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.